Hey guys, I want to jump on here and talk about resilience. I know here in Indiana right now, in the great February, it's cloudy, cold, and kind of sucky weather. You don't see the sun too often, and it can put you in a state of depression. But again, you have 100% control. So I'm going to talk more about resilience. What does that look like? How can we build that in? How can you start applying that? Resilience is important, and it's just like any other habit. You can become more resilient across the board, but you want to start with some of the components that you can control. Like even I'm going to use workouts because this is a huge correlation, and you can do it from a mental component because you have 100% control. You have control of, like, am I going to eat that or not? That's 100% up to you. It's just whether you want to be disciplined to the process and build that mental resilience where you have the control to say yay or nay and keep moving. So I'm going to correlate to workouts. So working out is just as much mental as it is physical. Obviously, there's a component where it becomes obviously a physical thing where you're like, I can't do one more rep, and then it becomes mental. And if the mental resilience you build to do the workouts on a consistent basis, to make yourself uncomfortable, to make it to the workouts, it will correlate in other areas of your life and what we're trying to do here for you. So examples, if you're consistently making it to workouts, you're consistently pushing yourself and putting yourself in an uncomfortable position, okay, you're going to build resilience, a physical resilience, but it is also a mental resilience. You can call it toughness or whatever. I call it resilience because it gives you the ability to have 100% control. And how it can correlate into the mental component is if you're put in situations and you've been making your workouts and you feel 100% control over that, and you're used to being uncomfortable, it's a communication pattern where if you are put in a certain situation and then you're like, okay, that workout was really hard. This is going to be a hard decision, or is it? Because I have 100% control. So the resilient component of putting yourself in an uncomfortable position will give you the ability to make uncomfortable decisions across the board. And maybe they're not always uncomfortable. It just gives you the ability to be disciplined. So the resilient component is built in, and it could correlate with the discipline aspect of it. I just want to talk about like the resilient component, because what will happen is sometimes you will be put in situations where you got to make a tough decision, and then you have the ability to go, okay, is it really a tough decision? Because we have 100% control. Maybe it is. Maybe you have to let somebody go at work, but you gotta talk through that and say, okay, what does the scenario look like, and always make it a win-win, because if they need to go, they need to go. But what I'm saying there is you have the resilience to make the decision. Okay, that's with your career. Okay, that's with your food, because we have and again, it becomes back to discipline and resilience, because resilience is, hey, putting yourself in an uncomfortable position all the time where it becomes a habit where it's not uncomfortable anymore. It becomes part of what you do. And I've always kind of used the workout component to put myself and challenge myself from a mental component and a physical component. So I connect those two. That way, if I'm put in a stressful situation, I can step back and understand I have 100% control, and I'm gonna make the best decision because I do have control and I control my state. It builds resilience. So, guys, go out there, consistently show up, build that resilience, build the discipline, because ultimately, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations consistently, it's going to build your discipline. It's going to build your resistance. Have a great week, guys, and try to tolerate this weather. I know some of you are not here in Indiana, so some of you are all over, so some of you have better weather than us. Take care.